This is a minerals podcast, but you guys have an integrated platform. Give me the backstory in '89 and kind of the iterations, what the portfolio looks like today, and then we'll jump into the Land Run Mineral story.
Yeah, for sure. So 89 Energy was founded by our CEO, John Mark Beaver, in the summer of 2016. So John Mark started his career at Chesapeake in the early to mid 2000s, alongside Aubrey and Tom, kind of in the heyday of Chesapeake. When Tom founded Sandridge, John Mark left to go be a part of the kind of land business development, asset development team at Sandridge. And was there for, I think it's 5 or 6 years. And then as Aubrey was starting American Energy, he left Sandridge and joined Aubrey at AEP and was running the American Energy non-op and minerals platform at AEP. At that time, they were starting to look in the Scoop merge play, particularly the merge. And when Aubrey passed, it was kind of a time where the merge was starting to take off, and it was kind of an inflection point in John Mark's career. So he went out to seek funding to try to pursue a merge operated strategy. Got backed by NGP. That was 89 Energy 1 in 2016. Alongside building that operated business and merge, the strategy was pitched from 89 to buy minerals alongside, just because of having that operator advantage, knowing the area, knowing the basin, knowing the players. You're already talking to a lot of the guys for leases, so you have the title opinions, you have the type curves, the view of development. It's just natural to be able to buy minerals alongside that. So that was the original Land Run Minerals LLC, which was kind of just hand in glove with the 89 Energy 1 assets. Those businesses were built from the summer of 16 to December of 17, when they were contributed as part of the Camino roll-up, which was the Camino bought the War Petroleum assets, and then you had 89 Energy 1 and the Rebellion position in Scoop. Those were combined to be kind of the initial Camino asset. As part of that merger, one of the considerations for the 89 team was doing a minerals strategy alongside Camino as part of a kind of a front of the drill bit buy strategy. That became Land Run 2, which was a 50-50 JV between Camino and 89 Energy 2. So 89-2 is another mid-con strategy. We were buying in kind of the South Scoop play. If people are familiar with the Chauvelton field, it's where Continental is pretty active right now, kind of in the 1 North 4, 1 South 4, 1 South 3 area. That was the operating business.
This is 2017, so Anadarko is still pretty hot at this point from a mineral.
Yeah, this was late 17, early 18 is when 89-2 was formed and Land Run 2 was started. So Land Run 2, we were kind of operating both concurrently. Same team. We were running the operated business as well as buying minerals. And we were, the way the relationship worked with us with Camino is that, Camino provided the drill bit or the drill schedule and title opinions and general confidence in results. We provided type curves. They said, yep, that checks out with how we view the world as well. And we led the buying effort. And so that was kind of the split of resources. Camino had the data. We were the ones that were prosecuting the development of acquiring minerals. We ran the books, et cetera. So that business was from 2018 to kind of right before COVID. It's probably about the time that we kind of shut down the buying on that. The 89-2 assets were also contributed as part of a second Camino merger in May of 2020. NGP was just further consolidating that mid-con platform around the Camino enterprise. We rebacked with NGP on Land Run 3, which was initially a Permian focused strategy in NGP's mineral fund. So we along the way, most of our what we consider strategic advantage in minerals has been pairing our operated knowledge with buying minerals in usually that same basin, or partnering with an operator in the basin to have that information edge. Otherwise, you're kind of hoping that you can sell to the greater fool to some degree. If we don't have that, it's a beta play instead of an alpha play. And we just usually don't like to be in a beta type position. It's just a little bit harder to consistently make money. So Land Run 3, we were in the Permian, focused on the Permian at the time, and really trying to develop those operator connections to try to get to that same state where we felt like we had a competitive advantage. We did a couple deals here and there, and we're also looking to put a large amount of capital to work in an operated strategy, kind of throughout lower 48. We had a mid-con background, but a lot of the teams, having worked at the Chesapeakes and Devons of the world, had experience in other basins, so we were looking kind of all over. It was about that time, toward the end of that year, for the end of 2020, that Kane Anderson had reached out to us and expressed that they were likely to put more money in their mid-con position, roll it together, and needed a management team. And it was kind of an inflection point with us in the NGP realm, where we didn't really have a material asset to develop on the operated side. And that was kind of the bread and butter of the team, or a large portion of the team is developing. And so we made the decision to leave the NGP umbrella at the end of 2020 and join with Kane in January of 2021. So when we left that kind of left that Land Run 3 business behind. It never fully got taken off in the Permian, and we were starting to really get more legs under us there, but it just kind of, we made the decision to move from a more of an operated standpoint than minerals, and joined with Kane.